Portugal 2, Croatia 1. And the greatest player of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo, has finally scored in a knockout stage of a FIFA World Cup. That stat is crazy. But we're gonna talk about some performances. Gonçalo Ramos, the man of last minute. He did it for PSG, he's doing it for Portugal. We're gonna talk about Diego Costa, the performance he had. The goalie, they gave Ronaldo the man of the match, but for me, I will give it to the goalie. That dude had a fantastic day. And of course, we're gonna talk about Luka Modric, Kovacic, Perisic, because it doesn't matter if he lost, but if you had a performance, we're gonna talk about you. And of course, there were other games that we're gonna talk about. I'm pissed against every single African team because I'm watching us getting eliminated one by one, especially Congo losing to England. I mean, everyone was expecting that. But Harry Kane had a fantastic game. But the Congolese goalie, Lionel Mbassi. Remember that name. Remember, because this guy, if you give him the chance, he's gonna rule, bro. He's a great goalie. He had a fantastic day, even though they lost, right? And of course, the game that pissed me off the most is Senegal losing to Belgium. In 86 minutes, Senegal was leading 2-0. And we're going to talk about tactical analysis because that coach pissed me off. His substitute wasn't good. He just sent us back home. I'm not even Senegali, but it killed me to watch every single African team getting kicked out after hyping us. And now everyone is going out, right? And of course, we're going to talk about the United States winning against Bosnia. Yes, USA. So we're gonna try to talk about that because that was the first time since 2002 the US gonna play a last 16 game. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen there, right? Even though we don't, whoever they're playing gonna be interesting to watch, right? But for me, we're gonna analyze the bracket and the impact of this result going forward because next game gonna be interesting. But we have Portugal, Spain. The space that is a spicy game, and we'll be there because those two are like older brother and younger brother. Like it's always fun to watch them. So ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2026 FIFA World Cup knockout stage last story to match analysis. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to the world of soccer. If you're not already subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe, like and share this with your friend. And of course, if you're listening to any other platform, make sure to follow. So without wasting any time, let's start with the main course. The main entry, Portugal was play against Croatia. I mean, as a huge Ronaldo fan, I want Portugal to win the World Cup. But when I watch this team play, I don't think they have the manager or the player or the desire, the hunger to win this. Because if you struggle like this against Croatia, we saw how Croatia lost to England. They're a great team, but most of their players are like over 35 years old. Perisic is 37. Kovacic is like 33, 34. Luka Modric is like almost 41. And if that team dominates you like this, it will be hard. I know, I commend for Martinez subbing out Cristiano Ronaldo because he needed to get out at that moment. Portugal, in a game where the game was like 1-1, let's just tell you, listen to this sub. He took out, it was madness. When I watched it, the player he took out, Bruno Fernandes, was substituted. Bruno Fernandes was taken off the pitch. And Vitinha from PSG, arguably, people are saying he's the best midfielder in the world. He couldn't finish this game because they had a stinker in that midfield against their papi. Because Bruno Fernandes is not 30 yet. Vitinha is not 30 yet. And they were struggling against this Croatian team, Kovacic and Luka Modric. I swear to God, Luka Modric, he looked like he was 25 years old. It's like when you were watching Argentina and you see Messi play against Algeria, he was playing like that in the middle, in front of those three midfielders. Bruno Fernandes, the best offensive midfielder out there. I mean, Neves had his game. But mind you, Croatia got 3 goals disallowed for offside. Even though Portugal had 1-2, a beautiful one. Cristiano Ronaldo, their first touch, take it down. Boom. That's what the God can do for you. But I know every time people talk about Portugal, they put all the blame on Ronaldo. But I think it's time to start talking about this play. Because Nuno Mendes didn't have a good game. He did not. He was a stinker there. Vitinha had a bad game. I'm not even talking about Fernandes. Pedro Neto is a Pedro Neto. He's all right. He do what he do. He run up and down. He cross the ball sometime, right? But he was a stinker down there. Like, you cannot struggle against Croatia like this and expect to go win the World Cup. You know, there are teams like France. Mbappe know how to play the offside. Barcelona cheat him well. So if you play a team like that, you're going to be struggling, bro. You will be struggling. Because, like, Portugal line back is like Diaz and Vega. Yeah, Vega, Renato Vega, he went to Chelsea and he couldn't make his position. He had to leave. He's in Villarreal right now. That's it. They're starting center back. I don't know why Silva doesn't play. Silva from Benfica. I don't know. He used to be good. Cancelo had a good, all right. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people had a really stinker game today. They got lucky because I was watching a game. It gave me the remnants of Portugal, Colombia. You know, they got lucky to get out with a point in that game. And they play against this old Croatia. Respect to Modric. I know this may be his last World Cup, but that dude had a fantastic game. He was controlling. When he get the ball, he was killing it. Like I said, the substitutes were all right from Portugal when he took out Vitinha and Fernandez, and then they switched back to 4-4-2. Like, it was, yo, what Ronaldo gonna do in that position? The midfield wasn't like organized. Everything was going up and down like nothing. There were no organization. So that's why I said, okay, Ronaldo need to get out. Because I thought Leo was having an all right game, right? Leo, his shot on the bar was fantastic. And his assist for Gonçalo Ramos in the last minute was subliminal. But Ronaldo taken out, I think Martinez earned the respect of the dressing room, because if he was just taking out Vitinha and Fernandez, people would say, oh, you cannot take Ronaldo out, just like Belgium is having the same issue. But you know, Belgium did it against Senegal. They have to take like a Doku and KDB out, and they won the game. And Portugal did the same. The game was 0-0. There was a potential going to extra time, and he put his pen up and he took Ronaldo out. He brought in Neves. I think Neves come in his position, and then they went back to 4-3-3 because Bernardo Silva and Ruben Neves were playing in the midfield. Like when Neves come in, they switch back to 4-3-3. The game start to stabilize a little bit for them, and they start to win back the midfield battle. But like Nelson Semedo coming on and Francisco Conceição coming on was all right. You know, like Portugal, like when I watch Portugal, they don't play like a team that can win a World Cup. But we all remember in 2016, they were kind of like that. They won the Euro, right? You never know. I want Ronaldo to win it. Especially yesterday, they were doing it for Jota. We saw the tribute Ronaldo did at the end of the game. He was wearing that jersey, which I commend him doing so. All the Portuguese were saying, yeah, before the World Cup start, they're going to do it for Jota. I don't want them to be like Liverpool, because Liverpool said the same thing in the start of season. They're going to do it for Jota, and then we saw how they ended. I mean, if you say a word, you need to back it up. So Portugal won 2-1. Ronaldo scored a beautiful penalty. For me, it's a penalty. There is no discussion of it, because as a defender, he wasn't looking at the ball. He wasn't trying to fight the ball. He wasn't trying to go for the ball. And he tackled the guy like he's playing on rugby or like American football or something. Even though people say he's soft. No, like it doesn't matter, bro. He wasn't playing the ball. If the FIFA referee went to the Premier League, Arsenal wouldn't win the Premier League, right? So that penalty is clear for me. And Ronaldo, one of the most important game of his career, because this was his first goal in a FIFA World Cup knockout stage, and he decided to put it in the middle. I mean, yo, sir, what are you doing? You know? But hey, it's all good. He scored his goal, and he was substitute. He was frustrated, which is something I would be worried if he wasn't frustrated when they took him out. I would have been scared for Ronaldo, like to not be mad being taken off. But you know, you saw him support the team when he came out, and he didn't boo the coach. He gave him his hand, he shake a hand, and he's a champion. You know, a champion always, they don't like coming out. Even you play in the Sunday League, you don't want to go out. You want to play the whole game. So overall, for me, I say it's an interesting game. I can't wait to see Portugal, Spain, because those two is crazy. The last time they played in a World Cup, it was 3-3. You all remember, in Russia, right? And of course, they played in the Nation League. After that, they played in the Euro. Portugal beat them the last time they played in the Nation League. Portugal beat them in the penalty kick. It's an interesting game between them, and it's gonna be fun to watch, because that would be real battle between some great players. You have Nuno Mendes versus Lamine Yamal, and you will have a Cucurella versus like whoever is over there, and you will have the midfield. We're gonna see what Vitinha, Neves, and Bruno Fernandes gonna do against Pedri, Rodri, and Gavi or Olmo. We're gonna see, because that team is tapped. Talking about that team, they won 3-0 today. You watch Spain play like, you know, in the PlayStation when you play FIFA, you go there, okay, you don't do like a legend, you just go professional or like amateur. That's how Spain is playing. They dominate the whole game. You don't have a shot, nothing. Like they didn't consider a goal yet. Spain didn't consider a single goal, and they're balling, bro. And Yamal is not even his full capacity. Like even they give him the man of the match. I say, yo, like why would you give him the man of the match? Just like in Portugal, I think Diego Costa deserved the man of the match. He had a lot of save, bro. Portugal got lucky to qualify. I swear to God, people will say the statistically Portugal dominated the game 62 to 38 and then 15 shot to 13. But Croatia had 7 shots on target. And those shots wasn't like any shot. Like you have to save them. Kovacic almost scored the goal of the tournament, taking the whole midfield and then shooting on the post and then coming back and then like another volley and then like Diego Costa was there. He said, "Not today. I'm the world today." You lucky you scored the first goal because Perisic scored that first goal. That dude is almost seemed to be the scoring goal for Croatia, right? But now I think most of them gonna retire. The next time you see Croatia gonna be totally different. But overall, it's kind of like I say, it's a good game. Like Portugal deserved the win. They tried to push it, and Martinez risked all his aura because there is a rumor he's going to go to Al Nasser. So he's gonna be a Ronaldo coach over there too. So he took him out. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen, right? But overall, I'm happy like Portugal qualify. I'm happy Ronaldo got his goal. And I'm happy for Gonçalo Ramos because that dude is getting only 5, 10, 20 minutes. And almost every time you give him the time, he just make it worth it. We saw him at PSG like against Tottenham in the Super Cup against Marseille. And like, yeah, he do it all the time. You know, he used it because he play in a team at PSG where he don't get a lot of time. So it doesn't bother him to just wait for Ronaldo to get tired and then get subbed out. I hope the next game Martinez will do the same. When you see Ronaldo is tired, just take him out, put in like a fresh leg. It help the team. So that brings us to the next game because, like I said, I was pissed off that Senegal lost to Belgium. It's a scandalous what happened there. It was a scandalous. I couldn't even like because of them, my algorithm gonna be fucked up because I didn't make a video yesterday, right? But overall, it was a disappointing. This Belgian team, it was there for taking. It's not like you couldn't beat this team. You dominated for the first 60 minutes. They were no competition. It was the champion of Africa versus an aging good team from Europe. And I saw I like what Rudy Garcia did there. He didn't care about status. He said, we're going out anyway. I'm gonna get fired anyway. He take Kevin De Bruyne out. He take like he took out Jeremy Doku and then bring a big Rom. He come in. Lukaku just boom. He made a difference and he scored a goal which created craziness. Senegal backline is not good. Like that backline is not good. I don't know why they don't give Sarr his chance. The time he played for Senegal in AFCON, he was good. Give that boy the chance. You are there living like trying Koulibaly or like Spapsis. Like, yo, give the boy a chance because we already know where's the other center back. The other center back is there. When you look at it, Nyakate from Lyon, one of my favorite team too in France. He's a good. He even had assist, a beautiful assist from back there. Like that was good. And of course, Ismail Sarr score again. I think he had a 5 goal. He's the all-time leading goal scorer for Senegal in a World Cup. But overall, I like Sadio Mane in the first half. I like Iliman Ndiaye from Everton. I just didn't understand why you keep Sadio Mane in and then didn't take out him earlier. And Iliman Ndiaye should have stayed because he had a fantastic game. He was the only threat there. And he's supposed to bring in fresh leg. Jackson's supposed to come in earlier, but he did not. Like the coach, I don't think he have the mentality to lead a team like this because at 2-0-96, you should leave that midfield alone. The midfield was good, and then he took them out. The player that came in didn't do nothing. They didn't do anything. Lamine Camara he's the one who had the penalty, and he has the one like did the mistake for the first goal. So he wasn't in the game. Ibrahim Mbaye, I like it. You know, he take on player. And of course, El Hadji Diouf, I don't even understand why that dude didn't play. He's your best left back, the best crosser out there. Even in the Premier League, he's one of the best crosser in the Premier League. Even though next year they're going to be in the championship with West Ham. But that dude is on the bench. Like, I think that's the problem in Africa. We have too many statues. Like, he's the older guy, you know, we have to respect him. No, bro, you ain't in a World Cup. You play, you tired, you get out. Bring in first leg. Because when we saw Rudy Garcia did the substitute for Belgium, it was crazy to see the difference. He took on the older people, he bring in young dynamic player and they changed the game. But no, in Africa, we bring in the players too late or like they can't even run anymore. Like sometimes it's like a Sadio Mane say, do you want to sub me off? You know, I think I need a break. It's not normal to keep playing like that. So like anyway, like we're losing everybody at the moment. All African team are eliminated because like Congo lost to England. Hurricane, that guy, he have 5 goals now behind same goal as Haaland and 1 goal behind Messi and Mbappe. Messi had a 1 game in hand. But that England team, they deserve the win. I mean, the first half, Congo really, I like the fight. The spirit was there. The Leopard, they represent the continent well because the two games they lost was one against Colombia 1-0 and this one 2-1. And the defensive aspect of it, like I said, this team they have more offensive threat than Ghana. So I was expecting them to score a goal against England, which they did. Brian Chipenga. I know my Congolese friend, gonna correct me on that. But they had a good game. He scored the first goal. The dude never played for a professional team. That's how interesting this World Cup is. You know, you have some player, like you have some firefighter, like some in the team. But the Congolese team, they really represented us very well. I was proud to see those games. Wissa, I mean, he was like a little bit, but you know, Congo wasn't having the ball. They were dominated. So you cannot really judge this offensive player in this type of game. Mbaku is Mbuku, right? Mbaku. He had a great game. Like for me, all I can say is just like I like the defender. Like Cancel Mbamba, he had assist and he almost took out Lionel Head at some point. Like he was saving the ball, like kick it, you know. So, but I like the determination and the focus. Van Bissaka had a really fantastic game. Player like that, when they come back to Africa, I just support that because when they come, they give everything. I don't like players that just come in and then don't want to work, right? But Van Bissaka had a fantastic game. But even, you know, like if you playing against one of the favorite of the tournament, it's just like it's going to be like between Capo Verde and Argentina. If Capo Verde win, we take it. But you know, we got the 99%, like we know they're gonna get eliminated. They have to do a miracle to eliminate those teams. And Congo almost sent England home, you know. Talking about England. Let's talk about Lionel Messi first. Because I thought like his dad would call him Lionel Messi. But he's too old to be called like that. I think he's almost 30 and like, you know, he's not young enough to be named after Messi. This is a real name. Like it's not like anything. So he had a fantastic World Cup. He had a really great World Cup. And I think the Premier League need to open their eyes, or the League One. Yo, this dude need to be a big club. We need to have some African goalie out there because we don't have any African goalie on an elite level. We thought we had Onana, and then Manchester United was so shit. Like that dude is in Turkey right now. He needs a Trabzonspor. So I want some African goalie to be there because the only goalie we had to be the best player in a Champions League was the Senegalese goalie. What is his name again? Mendy was at Chelsea when we won the 2021 World Cup, and we want some player like that. And Congo have a really some promising team. Sadiq is good from Sunderland. I think that he's good. Moku had an alright game, you know. Motosami, I don't know where he played. Maybe he played for Tupesa Mazembe or something like that. But Mosaku, they had an alright game, right? Like there's no blame on the Congolese team. They did what they have to do. It just didn't work out against one of the best teams in the world, right? And you have Theo Boganda came in, and then Joris Kimambe for the substitute, and Elia and Mayele. I like Mayele. Fiston Mayele, he's the one who scored. Well, he scored one of the goals that they to win against Kazakhstan. He's a very dynamic player, right? He's really good. So overall, I think I'm not disappointed about Congo, just like I'm disappointed about like Ivory Coast or Senegal, because it's different. Like Ivory Coast and Senegal have a richer squad than Congo. Are just happy to be back in the World Cup after 50 years. And they did a wonderful because they got a win, they got a tie, they went to the last 16. That's all you can ask a team that just want to be there. But like Senegal, arguably could have been a dark horse in this World Cup, but they're not serious. Ivory Coast is same. And now I'm sitting here watching every single African team getting eliminated because Algeria lost to Austria 2-0. Yeah, you watch the game, you just say, yeah, like this guy cannot beat them. And by the way, Riyad Mahrez is retired now. So it's a frustrating week like for African team. We probably will have only one team there, like Morocco qualify. But I don't think Ghana gonna eliminate Colombia, but I will take it. And Capo Verde, Argentina, like, yo, you can put your house on Argentina. They're gonna go through, right? So like, it's gonna be fun if they make a surprise, right? But overall, like I said, it was a really disappointing day in terms of African. I was just happy that the United States qualified for since 2002 because they didn't make the last 16 or something like that. So they will be there. And let's check the bracket who's playing who. Because the United States, it will be Portugal, Spain, US, Belgium. I say let's go for it. We can beat Belgium. This team is not a team that US should be scared of. They're not that good. I swear that they're not that good. Like we can beat them. You see how we beat like Bosnia? 2-0 with 10 men. That red card was a pure bullshit. We saw Lionel Messi not get a red card for something worse than that. You know, if Messi have gotten the red card against Algeria, we wouldn't be here talking about 6 goals. You know, like because the FIFA did not apply the rule, and now they do this a 6 goal. People are talking shit because he playing against an Algerian goalie, or like like that last goalie they play against. Which team? It was Jordan, right? That goalie sucks, man. Like that goalie sucks. He let everything go in, right? But the United States qualifying to the next round, beating Bosnia and Herzegovina. I like to say, yeah, we play against two countries, you know. And then when I shared that on my Twitter or X, one of the fans say, "Yo, you will play against a 50 state." All put it in one. So like, give us a break for saying like we play against two country, right? I say, yeah, he had a point. He have a point. So, but overall, I think the US deserved the win. I think if it wasn't the red card, we could have won 2-3-4-0. Well, we won 2-0. It would have been 4-5-0. I hope just the US gonna do an appeal for the Balogun red card, because that was a bullshit. The guy acted like he was dying. As a soccer player who loved to watch soccer, play for fun, that was a bullshit, man. Like the guy acted like he was dying, bro. And then he just came back and played the rest of the game, and Balogun was out. And of course, Malik Tillman scoring the last goal with a beautiful free kick. I love it. And of course, the Florent Balogun scoring in the 45 minutes. I think this is the third goal or fourth goal. So overall, it was a good performance. Like I like the structure, because I was worried when US got the red card, because we know Pochettino when he was at Chelsea. When we took a red card, like that dude, like he lose it. Chelsea lose the game every single time. But when I saw the structure behind how the US was playing, even with the red card, like we weren't that dominated, because Bosnia didn't have much to offer offensively. You know, they have this old dude up there like Edin Dzeko. You know, we all love him. He had a fantastic game. And then you have a Damirovic and like a Sunjic. Like they had an alright squad, you know. It's just like when you see them, they look like little bit Croatian, Swiss, you know, like they used to be the same country until they fought to separate from each other. But overall, I liked what I saw there, because it was a really good performance from McKennie, Adam, Tillman, Robinson. You know, even Pulisic had a really great game because he was injured. You know, he was coming back from injury. And Sergio Dest, like he's our switch knife. That dude can play anywhere. You can put Sergio Dest to right back, left back, midfield, striker, everywhere. I think even you put him a goalie, you're gonna do the job, all right? And of course, we have Freeman and Richard. They had a really good game. And Tim Ray, like the back three is all right. You know, we all right. We didn't play a team that really, outplay that much, except for Turkey. And against Turkey, it wasn't our first team, all right? But so I'm satisfied with the result, and I'm gonna see what we're gonna do against Belgium, because that Belgium backline sucks. They sucks. Like those guys cannot run. We're gonna just put the ball out there. We're gonna outrun them. Pulisic and McKennie, they will enjoy that game. And I think Team we are gonna be playing the next game if they did not overturn the red card, because I don't think that was a red card at all. I don't. So overall, we're gonna see what's gonna happen next. But this is what I have for you. I know it's been a long video, but if you're still watching, thank you for watching. And we're gonna be there to analyze Argentina, Capo Verde, and of course we're gonna see what Egypt gonna do. I think Egypt has a really good chance to qualify. They're playing against Australia. So for me, I'm praying just like to have another country join Morocco, because like we're gonna be lonely for Morocco if we don't have another one. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen, and good luck to Ghana against Colombia, because that Colombian team is scary. So overall, this is what I have for you. Let me know below what you think, and of course, if you're new to here, thank you for watching, and yeah, see you tomorrow. We're gonna be here for the next game.